Hi, how's it going?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
I love how we're introducing each other, even though we've just been chatting anyway. So yeah, do you want to just introduce yourself, explain sort of what your channel's about, your experiences, how you got involved with lucid dreaming?
Sure. So I've been kind of what they call a native lucid dreamer, although it always sounds, I don't know, like something better than you guys because you're using techniques and I'm like a natural talent. That's just bullshit.
One of the lucky
I
ones.
just had a, yeah,
You're one of the lucky ones.
yeah, the lucky ones. The lucky ones that had a lot of nightmares in their childhood and probably a bullshit childhood, so they get a lot of nightmares, and that's kind of the natural way how you get lucid dreams. At least that's what I experienced and what a lot of other lucid dreamers experience. And yeah, the funny thing is, like when I had my lucid dreams as a child, I was so uncreative. The only thing I can think of was always kind of killing myself in creative ways because I knew like nothing can happen, and I always climbed on rooftops and jumped like down to see what happened. So that was really the only thing I could think of for some reason.
Yeah.
And well, then I saw this beautiful video of Robert Wagner where he explained about his book. Um, what is it called again? Lucid Dreaming: Gateway to Inner Self,
Yeah, that's the one.
which I think is a great book. And then when I read it, it really triggered so many lucid dreams that I started to do my diary of dreams and stuff. And yeah, how about you?
Well, how did I get started?
Yeah,
Well, it started. I think I was about 12, maybe, and I was having this nightmare, and I remember sort of almost waking up in the nightmare. You know, like the cliche description of lucid dreaming, where you wake up and you like. I looked at my hands and I just realised that it wasn't real.
yeah,
So obviously at that point I didn't know about the sort of deeper psychological aspects. So I didn't ask the nightmare what it represented. I didn't try and control anything really. I just sort of explored the world because as a 12-year-old, you're pretty young. You don't really know what to do in a lucid dream. I didn't even know it was a lucid dream at this point. I just thought it was a really weird experience. I thought I was awake. So I just remember exploring this city and walking around, and just talking to people, and then yeah, and I woke up and it was a pretty profound experience. I woke up and I was happy the whole day.
cool.
So okay, so explain if you had to explain to a beginner how to lucid dream in a week, for example, what would you say to them?
I think the most important thing is really to have a diary of dreams
Yeah,
because it really puts your mind on the whole topic. Like for me, it's really like if you're meditating, for example, it also helps a lot for lucid dreaming because
yeah,
you're
it does.
consciously like being in the moment. Like I'm living in Berlin right now, and when I go to work and go into the train station, you see a lot of people in the morning just using their smartphones and reading stuff, or just yeah, phoning instead of just sitting down and be in the moment right now, look out of the window and perceive your environment. And I
Yeah,
really saw that so many people, they're just they're sleep waking, they're not
sleepwalking.
really wake, yeah, sleep waking.
Most people tend to be on autopilot, really, especially on the way to work and things like that.
Yeah,
They're just just drifting, really.
yeah. You know this awesome video where they depicted kind of people in the bus station all looking down, look up. I think there was
Yeah,
a
I think that might have been one of the spoken word videos or something like that. Where
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
yeah, and I think that's like a great depiction of what's happening right now. Like a lot of people,
Yeah,
they think they're awake, but they're really sleeping, and all day long they're just when they're at work, they're always having like busy work. They're not even thinking like, wow, this is just work. Let's take a step ahead. Like this is my life, and it's just a part of it. But they immerse so deeply in it that they can have not the view, the kind of eagle view from above.
yeah,
It
exactly.
tells them like, right now I'm at work, but this is just one part of my life, and then there's another part of my life where I'm the private person, and just consciously drifting from present to past and to future in
Yeah,
their minds, and they're not in the moment. And I think that's like the biggest problem why people are really, also when they're dreaming, they're just like sleepwalking in their dream and then awaking and forgetting everything.
Exactly. So yeah, if you had to tell me one technique that's worked the best for you, what would that be?
There would be dream diary.
Yeah.
It's not really a technique. It's just a basic thing for me. And let me close the window. It's really loud.
Yeah, sure. Have you had any success with particular induction techniques like wake back to bed or something like that?
I tried those, and because I'm a really lazy person, it really annoys me to wake up at 3 p.m. and 3 a.m. and then go back to bed.
Yeah.
For me, it's like really setting the intention, and sometimes I wake up naturally at night, and then I try to actively go back into the dream.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't like to set an alarm clock or something like that because this really freaks me out, and I'm just thinking, okay, now you're getting you're just getting too crazy, be a normal person. But I try to incorporate all those techniques in a natural way. So if I know I'm awake, I try to go back in a lucid dream and really concentrate on it.
Yeah, of course. I think also with the wake back to bed technique, it kind of messes with your sleep cycles.
Yeah,
And I think if people do that every day, they're going to just be tired all the time.
yeah,
So that's why I think in my blog I don't really recommend it as something to do as a daily technique because it's not really sustainable long term. You're just going to tire yourself out waking up in the middle of the night all the time,
yeah, yeah.
interrupting
I
your
don't
REM
like it
sleep.
too much. I think really, if you have a really good base, like keeping a diary or some kind of reliving your dreams or writing it down or recording it doesn't matter how you record it. That's like the basic step, and then maybe doing some reality checks would also be
Oh
like
yeah,
a kind of
that's
must have.
very important.
Yeah,
I
and
think
if you're consciously if you're consciously in each moment, then you're kind of doing a reality check.
yeah.
If you're just living in the moment and always trying to be conscious, then you don't even have to check your hands or to blow your nose. You don't even have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes people can sort of forget to be conscious, and like
Yeah,
there are moments I think throughout everyone's day where they're not actually completely aware of what they're doing because they're too involved in what they're doing.
yeah,
If you're playing a video game or something, you don't really think about the noises going on outside the house because you're too focused on that one thing. But as long as you do
yeah,
reality checks every now and then, um, I think it's
yeah.
easy to get results.
What would be your favorite technique?
My favorite reality check or my favorite induction technique?
Induction technique or
Induction
technique for lucid
technique,
dreaming?
I would have to say it's the mild, so the mnemonically induced lucid dream, and that's for those of you watching who don't know. That's where you sort of use mantras um, in order to sort of it's to do with your prospective memory. So the idea of being able to remember something in the future instead of remember something that's already happened. So the idea is you want to remember to do a reality check when you're already in the dream. So you would sort of train yourself to do reality checks when certain things happen. I think this was explained in more detail in Exploring the World of Lucid Dreams by Stephen LeBurge. I'll put a link to the book in the description for you guys. But yeah, it's the idea of teaching yourself to remember to do something in the future when something triggers it, if that makes sense. So say if one of the triggers could be when you hear someone laughing. So whenever you hear someone laughing in the future, you do a reality check when that happens.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
yeah,
awesome.
and that will show up in your dream. And I found that to be really easy to get
And
results with.
and are you using random signs or are you using your dream signs?
Yeah, that's the other thing. You sort of combine it with your dream signs. So the things that usually show up in your dreams, it makes sense to sort of use those as the anchor. So
Yeah,
if I'm always on the train, for example, then every time I see a train or I'm on a train in real life, then I'll do reality check, and it will show up a lot faster that way.
okay, but you're really, tying it to the dreams or to things that you would see in your waking life and not to
Yeah,
dream signs that occur on a regular basis in your dreams.
it's sort of a bit of both. So obviously, if one of my dream signs is being on a plane, there's not a whole lot of chances I have in a normal day to do a reality check when I'm on a plane because I don't travel that much.
Yeah.
Um, but the things that show up in my dreams, like just being around people or hearing someone laugh, that shows up quite a lot in my dreams. So I can use that in real life as an anchor, if that makes sense.
Is it an evil laugh or is it just like ha ha ha?
Because when you can't move, I think your mind naturally assumes that you need to be able to move in order to protect yourself. It's like one of the basic sort of responses from the limbic system. You need to be able to move in order to defend yourself against threats, right? So
Yeah.
when you can't move, but you're still conscious and aware, you assume that something bad's going to happen, and therefore you hallucinate it because you're obviously half asleep, half awake. You see the thing that you fear happening. So it can be quite scary, but it's important to realize that it's not actually a real threat.
Yeah, I know, but like he told me, like he doesn't even believe in such things, okay? And
Yeah,
he told it to me like this was totally real, and it happened to him 3 times, and one time like this demon thing was coming, and then he had an out of body experience where he saw himself like from above, and like this was just like when he told me, I knew that like how it felt, like it was really intense for him, and he was like scared to death.
yeah, it can be quite intense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Have you
agree.
had those experiences too?
I've had I've had only three, I would say, scary sleep paralysis experiences. But then, like after the first one or two, I literally went on Google and just searched for hours because I was obviously terrified. So I
Yeah.
just searched for hours about what it was and how to sort of stop it being so scary and intense. And once you understand what it is and how to actually deal with it and how to turn it into a lucid dream, it's not as bad. You know, you sort of
What,
realize it's
what
part of the
happened to you?
process. Pardon?
What happened to you? What happened to you in the sleep paralysis?
In the first one, there was a giant spider, sort of like, yeah, I just saw like the giant spider legs going across the room like this, and it was really scary.
But no demons involved.
Not really, no. The second time, I think there was like a dark figure, like almost like Slender Man, sort of standing in the corner of the room, but it didn't really move, so that wasn't too bad.
See, but those kind of dark figures or whatever, that's the same thing that he experienced. And for myself, I'm kind of, the thing is like, same as, hello?
Hello.
Yeah, that's my phone right now, because my laptop, as you can see,
Just decided to turn off. Brilliant. What would you say is your dreams for the future of your lucid dreaming channel? I mean, what do you want to do in the future? Do you want to teach workshops or write an ebook or something?
I would definitely like to get more involved with the community
Yeah.
and also with the international community. Right now, I participated in a lot of German lucid dreaming hangouts that were managed by Christian Reinhardt.
Yeah.
And I mean, the German community is really small. There are about like 7 YouTubers, but
Really?
everyone knows each other, and that's really cool. You get a kind of community feeling, and I would love to do that, like on a broader scale, also with international lucid dreamers. Is there a demand for your ebook, or are you struggling right now?
I think there is a demand because beginners always want to learn, but at the same time, they don't want to invest money, even
Yeah.
$5 or so. They don't want to spend that money when they could find the information elsewhere. But I think it's important to realize that it's not just a compilation of information. It's actually my experiences and me teaching exactly how to get results instead of just teaching about lucid dreaming. It's teaching how to actually do it. So yeah, the people that have bought it have been really happy with it. But
Yeah, maybe you should post some reviews of buyers of the ebook.
yeah, testimonials. Yeah, I really should.
Yeah. And how many lucid dreams per week do you get on
It's usually
average?
about 5 to 6, but it can depend. Like it depends on what happens. Say if I go out drinking and I have REM rebound, then I can have sort of 4 or 5 lucid dreams that night. Or if I take choline, if I listen to binaural beats at about 3 in the morning, then I can increase that. It really depends on what I'm doing, like if I'm working or if I'm busy. But usually I naturally have about 5 to 6. What about you?
It really depends. Like right now, there's a lot of change going on in my life. I move around a lot. And if I don't get a lot of sleep, I'm not able to like record my dreams, then I get really lazy and it really, there's a really small number, but on average, I'd say like 3 to 4 a week.
Yeah, that's a
Very
healthy number actually.
typical. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what would you suggest to prolong a lucid dream to make it last longer and be more vivid?
Yeah, so the thing that I could recommend the most would be to rub your hands. That
Yeah, I
always
found that
works really, really well for me. Kind of really feel your hands and, you know,
exactly.
activating it. That's just the best for me. And then second, not as good, but also really good would be to look at your hands and really focus on it.
Yeah,
Third would be to really calm down, to relax, and to just don't get too excited because then you're gonna be thrown out of the dream.
yeah. Especially like if you get emotionally involved, it just
Yeah,
collapses.
yeah. It's like, yay, I'm a lucid dream, I'm a
Yeah,
lucid
and then
dream,
you
and then
wake
you're
up.
like, oh. And well, the fourth thing, I cannot recommend this because it didn't work for me, but a lot of lucid dreamers they report that it also helps if you spin around in a dream.
Yeah, I found
'Cause,
that. Yeah,
yeah, when I do that, I spin around and then I'm in a black room and I have like problems emerging new dream images.
yeah. The thing I found that works the best, I don't know if you've tried this, but is dream commands. So once you're actually lucid and you can decide what you do and what you say, if you just sort of shout out to the dream, I want this
Yeah,
dream to be more clear, it actually
yeah,
responds and it does it. So yeah, I found that really, really quite works quite well.
that works for me as well. Like something like clarity now.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks for having me in this really nice interview. Guys, if you like this, check out my video. I'm Lucid Layla and I'm really new to YouTube. But if you want to do what to do in a lucid dream, for example, there's a video coming up and already one posted. Check my videos out and I hope you like it.